enjoy is sponsored by the wonderful folks at Oculus Start. So for those of you who aren't aware, the VR in my name is not just for shits and giggles. I am a VR developer, head of Taste Like Chicken Games and Grab Bag Digital. And one of the things that we are currently in the final stages of is our game Cooking with Cannibals. And one of the things that I was looking into is like, how do I become more involved with Oculus, with their entire development pipeline? Like, how do I meet more people like me? Yes, Tastes Like Chicken Games. So I started looking up, where are the best places to meet other VR developers? And I came across Oculus Start. The Oculus Start program is a really amazing thing. Basically, you sign up, you tell them what your project is, what you're working on, what you want to become a part of, and they ask you a series of questions. They kind of look up, what it is you're all about. And if you're fortunate enough, such as myself, they'll send you some nice gear. And they'll help you along the way with, prioritized support. What's a good link? All the links I find are dead or old. Give me 1 second and I will gladly post a link. But yeah, Oculus Start. Oculus Start. Here we go. I'll post that in chat for you guys. Adrian, what is up? But yes, human meat tastes like chicken and their game is Cooking with Cannibals. This is true. So Oculus Start is a wonderful little program. Essentially, you get support, you get office hours, you get into a private Discord with other Oculus developers and members of the Facebook Technology Labs team. And you get all kinds of wonderful bonuses along the way. One of the main things that I do personally and I work with all the time is Unity Game Engine. Anybody who's familiar with the VR world, VR chat, VTubing, anything along those lines, Unity is basically the backbone of more than, I would say, most of the VR experiences that you guys experience today. Now, the wonderful thing with this is that not only do they give you on-demand content for your game developer conference shows, they also give you a license to Unity Pro, which anybody who has tried to develop or work with Unity, Unity Pro is a big deal. And it is something that really helps teams get further along into their development cycle, and it's definitely helping us over at Taste Like Chicken Games. The other wonderful thing about this is that they're personable. They honestly want to promote more content and they want to make you a part of the community. And part of that is making sure that you're equipped with the right gear. So they sent me a little care package today. I had no idea what was in it. I honestly had no idea what was going to be in this package. But one of the things, we'll start off with the swag. So they sent this wonderful hoodie, which I gotta say is big boy friendly. And I appreciate that. Good on you, Oculus. But nice and comfy, perfect for streaming and all of that wonderful good stuff. And also doing some Unity development. They also sent us, if I can get it on camera, Oculus Start socks. Because everybody loves socks. And they're also big calf friendly, which makes me very happy. Big boy swag is rare. That is very true. And honestly, I'm just glad that they sent something that I'll actually wear. I was expecting when they ask you here's your shirt size. I'm picturing okay, they'll send me a t-shirt or maybe like an iron-on thing to put onto a regular t-shirt. No, they sent you a really nice freaking hoodie. I appreciate it. I really do. Sponsored by Oculus. A few other things. They sent us a wonderful Moleskine notebook, the original Moleskine with the Oculus Start logo on the front, and a nice little pen from them. And I gotta say, absolutely loving this journal. I've already started using it. I started putting together some ideas for a game that I want to build, and hopefully might be able to work on it on stream with you guys. I think it'll be a fun one. So we got the swag out of the way. Now here's the fun part. They sent us 2 big boxes. And in these boxes are some wonderful things. So first off, they sent us a refurbished Quest 1, Quest Original. Now, this is the prequel to their latest headset, the Quest 2.0, but this is the original Quest 1 headset. Now, the wonderful thing about this is that this was actually the second headset that I ever owned. And the wonderful thing about it is that it is completely wireless. So you can play for hours on end, Beat Saber, Super Hot, all of the fan favorites in the VR community, and you can play them on this headset either wirelessly, or they were also kind enough to send an Oculus Quest link cable. Now, the link cable is a rather new addition to the Oculus Quest family. And the reason for that being is that it essentially turns this wireless mobile edition headset using the Snapdragon CPUs and turns it into a PC VR headset. So I use this all the time, honestly. And the Oculus Link cable is got to be one of the best things that I think has come from the Oculus pipeline to be able to work with, develop with, and also just play games with. I play a lot of VR games, and part of my mission in this year is to play a bunch of games that I've never played before, but as a game designer, I should know about. And there are some VR titles on that list. So this will make it possible for us not only to test and build our own game, Cooking with Cannibals, coming to you soon from Taste Like Chicken Games, but it'll also allow me to play games with you guys and enjoy the time together while also experiencing the full beauty of PC VR. Now, here's the thing. This is where I thought the package was going to end. This is where I thought, like, okay, they sent me a moleskin. They sent me a nice hoodie. They sent me socks, very comfy socks, I might add. And they gave me a headset for free with a link cable to be able to do PC VR. And all of this was gifted. All of this was free of charge and sponsored by Oculus and the Oculus Start program. But it didn't end there. It really didn't. There was one more box that they sent me. And now I'm thinking, they sent me a Quest. They sent me the link cable. They sent me all the gear to be able to plug them. And, who knows what else that they could include. Because I told them when I applied that, I want to develop for PC, and I want to be able to distribute it and work on different kinds of platforms. So not only did they send us a Quest 1, they also sent us a brand new Rift S. Now, the Rift S holds a special spot in my heart. Because the Rift S was one of the first PC headsets that I owned, like personally owned. When I was at Drexel University and building the immersive research lab over there, we had like HTC Vives, we had Rifts, we had Windows mixed reality headsets, but I never owned one personally, and they always belonged in that lab. This was the first one that I bought myself. The Rift S is currently discontinued. However, that only makes this that much better. So my personal opinion, and they told me in the little agreement for this sponsored segment that I could give my honest opinions. And to be perfectly honest, I love the Rift S. It is comfy. It is very form-fitting. The nice headband is really nice for long-term gameplay sessions. And let me tell you, this thing is durable. I have dropped mine from 2-story buildings, and it still works. Like, I'm convinced that you could hit this thing with a hammer, and it would function just as good, if not better. Like, this thing has lasted me for my original Quest, or I should say Rift S, was 3 years ago, I want to say. I've had it for about 3 years. So the wonderful thing with these is that now we have a lot of different capabilities in front of us. So we have 2 brand new headsets available and at our disposal. So I mentioned earlier that originally we were going to lose weight in order to use the Catwalk C. The Catwalk C being one of the first of its kind of VR treadmills that are made for personal use. So essentially, think of all of your Ready Player One dreams and a nice pair of new shoes with some Oculus socks to go inside. Now, the thing is that in order to do that, you have to have like a certain amount of play space, and you want to have something that's more dedicated, more permanent, makes it more official, you know? So having not only the headsets to be able to do that, yes, yeah, you're not wrong. But having the potential to be able to do that and having the ability to be able to go through and have multiple headsets to use, not only do I feel more stable as a developer, but I also feel like if, COVID permitting, that eventually we would be able to do more public demonstrations. We would be able to do more, interactive bits with you guys. And that's my hope, is that, when all of this finally blows over and we're all able to get together and experience VR together again, that, we're going to have one hell of a time. I am beyond grateful for the folks over at Oculus, especially the Oculus Start program. And I honestly am amazed that this, for a first sponsored segment, that it would be from Oculus themselves. So if you guys have any questions, I am more than happy to answer them. I am going to turn, we're going to do a couple questions, and then I'm going to take off the ad segment. We'll order some food, and then we'll get right into Dark Souls. So do you have to have a build idea when you apply, or do individuals looking to learn and build something in their off time able to apply? So when I applied, I already had a build in mind. And honestly, it's kind of one of those things where, Oculus is investing in that regard, that they are sending you out things with different game engines, different technologies, and making it so that you have everything that you need to make that a reality. And the wonderful thing about the VR community is that there's so many tutorials, there's so many wonderful VR communities that teach you, at the very least, the basics of how to create and develop your own VR games. For any college students out in the Philadelphia area, Stifus, feel free to share this around. Drexel has a wonderful VR program. They have a very state-of-the-art program when it comes to VR. And getting started with a build or an idea or a concept has never been easier. I mean, to be perfectly honest, you don't even need a headset. There's so many things that you can do through Unity, and I know some girl named Jen who went to Drexel. She is part of Grab Bag Digital and part of the Taste Like Chicken crew. Yeah. But yeah, the community in VR is just absolutely stunning. So I would highly encourage you guys, experiment, play around. You don't necessarily need to have a VR headset in order to start making a VR game. There are plenty of tutorials on how to do it with keyboard and mouse, and how to experiment concept and play out some really cool ideas. Great question, Sleepy. Thank you. If you never need a test player who finally constantly finds a way to break games, hit me up. Honestly, though, when we did so much user testing our senior year before COVID and everything hit. Oh my gosh, people would find new ways for everything. We actually had one bug in the game where you start in a food truck. Somebody managed to somehow delete the truck. I have no idea how they pulled it off. But they were just, making a burger, slapping things around, and then all of a sudden, no truck, no more level. You're just outside. I broke it when I got to test it, but I didn't do that. Yeah, so we did a lot more user testing, a lot more streams, and we're able to kind of squash some of those things, for sure. Do you guys have any other questions? Also, Brandon, get a Quest 2. I highly encourage it. Honestly, one of my favorite headsets right now. I use my Rift S more often for streaming. But the Quest 2, honestly, form factor, it's beautiful looking. Speedrun food bankruptcy. Before we end our wonderful ad segment, I just want to thank the folks over at Oculus Start. It's a wonderful program. You guys should definitely check it out if you're interested in VR, if you're interested in developing your own things. If we make a VR thing, are you willing to QA for us? Oh, hell yeah. No, honestly, I love playing like experimental or like early builds. I love doing like VR anything. Like I've played games that have been developed for a week. I've played games that have been developed for years. And honestly, it's one of my favorite things to do. I think with that though, I'm going to take off the ad segment here, and we're gonna order some food, and then we're gonna play some Dark Souls. Does that sound good for everybody? Watching the progress of a build over the course of the dev is pretty awesome. It really is. It really is. I've been wanting to make something. This is a good crowd for it. Honestly, do it. The best way to learn is to just get your hands dirty. Get in there. Unity is free. Tutorials online, totally free. Go for it. And honestly, like one of these days, I might make it like a bonus incentive further down the road. I would love to make a VR game with chat. I just think it would be hilarious and fun to just like go in and be like, okay, what do you guys want to add? And then I try my best to figure it out. But either way, I'm going to end the ad segment here. Stick around. We are still going to be live and still going to be here. I'm just going to really quick do the be right back so I can change everything out, and we'll hop into some Dark Souls. Sound good? All right. Love you guys.